Hey guys, this is a tutorial on how to navigate Collaborate Ultra if you are trying to connect with me as your instructor for office hours virtually, and or if you're trying to meet with other students in your class. Now, the first thing you need to do is go to the appropriate math class that you're in your Blackboard. In this case, we are going to be using this class or Math 086, but again, it's whatever class you are in. You're going to click on the link on the left-hand panel. You should have one option called Office Hours with Instructor Lehman's. So all you do is click on that. And as it loads, there is a generic way that I want you guys to log in. As you can tell here, make sure you use your first and last name and what math class you are currently in. Because my office hours are virtually, that means that any student can be in here from other classes. So it's easy for me to be able to differentiate if there's more than one of you. Now I'm going to go over the different parts of Collaborate Ultra to make sure that you guys familiarize yourselves with them. Now, some of this might be review because I have sent out other videos, but this is strictly just for you guys in Collaborate Ultra. Now, there's already a student on here, so if somebody's already in there, you will see that obviously that is me. It's a generic student, so I can kind of show you guys certain things. But the first thing I want to point out is right here, which is our interactive tools. There one with you can upload a picture of yourself and I can show you how to do that. That is our avatar. This right here is your microphone. You want to go ahead and enable it as soon as you log in so that I can hear you, and your video if you would like to do that. And this last one right here is raising your hand, which is just like raising a hand in class. And I'll walk you through all of them here in a second. With the avatar, my status and settings, this is where you can give feedback. If you're away, if you're going to leave the session, if you're sad, confused, if you agree, disagree. It's a way to interact without having to verbally do it or through the chat box, which we will discuss. You want to share your audio. Obviously, that was the echo because I was sharing my audio. The camera, if you want to. And this is to raise your hand. I can hear you. I can see you. I will call on you. You can also lower your hand. The other thing I want to discuss is going to be this right here, which happens to be this little purple tab on the far right-hand side. That is our Collaborate panel. If you click on here, this is where the main juice of everything is. As you can tell, the first thing that opens up is the chat box. The chat box is your way of saying hello to the whole entire class. You can see who is in this session. So if you want to, for example, send a private message and not for the whole entire class, but let's say to your friend, student, if you click on the three dots, you can send a private message to them and say, hi. And it's only visible to that student. Obviously, the chat is being supervised so I can see them all, but if you want to, but not the students cannot see everybody else's chats. Go back to hello everyone, and that's a way of communicating without having to use audio. The other main thing I want to talk about is your share content. Share content is how you can share things. We can share a whiteboard, and this is an interactive, so multiple people can write on here. So you could use the pencil. You have the option to select the color if you click on it, and you can interact with it. Your other option is to use the text box. Hello. You have to make sure you press enter in order for the text to appear and everybody can see it. Now it's during real time so other people can interact with the whiteboard. If you want to edit or you want to move it, you have to click on the select icon and then you're able to interact with the text again, meaning making it bigger, smaller, or if you double click on it, you can go back and edit if you need to. Okay, again, you have to click on this arrow select box. enter, and then you're done. Now, if you hit the erase button, it erases the entire whiteboard. So be very, very careful with that. If you, let's say, write something on accident and you want to erase it, but you don't want to erase the entire thing. Let's say you have something else that you don't want to erase. Again, go back to your select key, select the item, and then backspace to erase it. Because if you click on the eraser, everything will erase. You can also share applications, meaning I can share my entire screen. So if you want to share something with students, like maybe what problem you're struggling with, you can do that by sharing your entire screen. Again, you can share an entire screen. Notice how the share button is I'm not able to click on it. That's because you actually have to click on the actual entire screen for that blue button to be shareable. Now, if you're going to want to share audio, you have to click on share audio. That's only if you want them to hear something that is being played on your desktop. It has nothing to do with whether they can hear you or not. That is a different option down here. That has nothing to do with sharing your screen, okay? So you will share your screen, and it's gonna do this crazy thing where it looks like a tunnel vision. That's okay. That's letting you know that people can see your screen. So if you go, for example, to a tab, the other people can see this. Now, just to show you guys that it's true, I'm gonna open up the view from the other student. So see, I am the other student right now. I'm student X, and you can tell now it's going to be really weird right now because it's going tunnel vision again, but there will be able to see your screen. To stop sharing, you just click this button right here. You can also upload files to share. So if you want to share maybe a PowerPoint or PDF file or an image, you can. It has to be one of those options, though. You can't share a Word document. So if you have a Word document, make sure you convert it to a PDF file. So for example, I already have something up here uploaded. You would click on it and you would click on share. And the great thing about those documents, especially if you want to meet with somebody like a study group where you want to maybe work on notes or work out problems, I give you guys all of your notes. So you can download them as a PowerPoint and upload them here, and you guys will have the option to interact with it. So as you can tell, I can click on the pencil and I can write on it. I can go back if I don't like it and erase it. Things like that. If I click on the erase button, nothing happens because it's a PDF file. But again, you guys can interact with it. I can click on it and put hello and press enter. If you want to make it bigger, again, click the select arrow. Ooh, doesn't like me very much, does it? And make it bigger, interact with it. Great. Now, this is how you stop the sharing. If you go to settings, which is the little gear down here on the bottom right, this is your way of checking your audio and your camera. So if you want to make sure that your audio is working and you want to come here a little bit early before we meet, you can set up your camera and your microphone. This is a way of troubleshooting yourself. Set up your camera and microphone, go through it. It walks you through it step by step. It is awesome. This is also where you can upload a picture if you like. Here's your speaker volume, notification settings. And if for some reason you're having issues, you can report an issue here through Blackboard. It's really simple and easy form. But the other thing I want to talk about is if for some reason your audio is not working and you can't hear or we can't hear you, you can use your phone for audio. If you click on this, it will give you a phone number that you can dial in with your cell phone and a PIN number that you can input once they prompt you for it. Another place where you can find that is right here in your right here. Where'd it go? In your panel is the same thing. Okay. Now, don't forget about these interactive, raise your hand, lower your hand. Now, that is to meet with me, but you guys also have the option. If you go into Collaborate Ultra, again, whatever class you're in, there will be a section here on the left panel called Collaborate Ultra. If you click on that, you will have a link that is called Study Group. This is your virtual environment to meet with your classmates. So it's right there, is the exact same thing as we're doing here. It's just a different room. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, just reach out to me.